It's on the sidelines of the Supreme Court ruling that the most unlikely thing would happen. It began after a confrontation between police and protesters who had pitched camp outside, and things fell apart when a tear gas canister was lobbed to try and separate two opposition camps who were on near clash. The tear gas disturbing the peace and tranquility of the bees that had been on an electric post for the last 3 years, coexisting with people around in harmony. The bees raining terror, attacking anybody on sight, and even not sparing the police officers who were keeping vigil. But it would be this disabled man that would bear it all, as the rest took to their heels for safety. Victor Muyakane, who had been assigned to cover the situation outside the court, could not watch as the helpless man became a victim of the political hooliganism.
The police threw the tear gas and everyone just scrammed. So then this second time, when I saw people scramming, but there was no sound for tear gas, there was no smoke, no nothing. But when I look up, I see this huge swarm of bees and everyone is crying, "Nyuki, nyuki, nyuki." So everyone legs it, right? So I'm interested in taking care of myself as well.
The mere sight of the physically challenged man breathing in pain made him make a bold move, he too not being spared by the bees.
The bees, when they couldn't find any other targets, they just landed on him. I saw hundreds of bees around him, his face, his head. He's got hydrocephalus, so he's got everywhere, all over him. His upper torso was just bees. The next thing I remember, I was halfway across the road and I was on him. And I just picked him up together with the bees, and so we started to cross the road back towards where the police were.
The heroic act causing a stir online, with many now calling him the Supreme Court hero of our time. But Victor doesn't see it that way.
I don't see it as a heroic act, I just think it's something anyone else in that position could have done and should have done. I just probably happened to be the first on the scene. The thing is,
earlier Thursday, though still in pain, Victor made his way to Kenyatta National Hospital to see how the young man whose life he had helped save was doing. Kenya reinsurance officers who were here to visit the young man also honored Victor for his heroic act.
This boy seemed to have been having a very serious disability, and that's why he was not able to run. He was not able to help himself during the melee. We thought of trying to see what else we can be able to do for him, whether to give him a wheelchair, whether to be able to also do an assessment, because we've also been doing things like mobile vending units where we empower the persons living with disability. Unfortunately, we have come to the Kenyatta Hospital, and at the Corporate Affairs Office we were told that this gentleman was treated and discharged yesterday. And so we wish we could know where he is so that we can be of help to him.
Acknowledging his act of courage, the Managing Director, Kenyan Broadcasting Corporation, Waithaka, said his selflessness in assisting that disabled person underlines not only his impeccable humaneness approach to his duty, he went beyond his call of duties to perform a supremely heroic deed. Caroline Kamar reporting for Channel 1 News Hour.